Y'all, I hope you are ready for one of the best things that you are ever going to see. The far left is getting it. We are over the target. We are going to continue to dominate the target. Guys, I'm telling you, if this video that I'm about to show you is not confirmation of every single thing that we focus on this channel, I don't know what is, and you're going to love every second of it. This one is pivotal. Watch the whole thing because it'll show you exactly what you need to know to save this country. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. I always bring the receipts. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you want to be part of that cutting edge of that freedom. And let's dive right into this because people, I'm telling you, this one's going to boggle your mind. We are going to take a glorious trip to the place of far left progressives, the Young Turks. Okay, guys. This video that I'm about to show you has everything that you need to start your day and your week. You've got Chuck Schumer trying to cope and say the Democrats are going to make a big, glorious comeback. You have the Young Turks blasting them from orbit. They yell at the progressives for costing them, quote, every single election because they are ruining the entire thing. Guys, the far left is ruining it for the progressives at the Young Turks. This is mind-boggling. It's cutting edge. Let's get into it. I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to bury the lead. I cannot wait to hear your comments. Let's go.
And one more point on all those polls. Even though Democrats' numbers are low, when you ask people, who do you prefer, a Democratic senator or a Republican senator? We did it in the 6 battleground states, which were +2, +3 overall, so it's not a Democratic or independent survey. 47-39, they prefer Democrats. And in a couple of the races where we have the 2 candidates, we win.
Do you? Do you really? Because according to the polling, Democrats are in a lot of trouble, and I mean a lot of trouble. Now, Republicans are losing some favorability. You're seeing a dip in the polling, but once you put Democrats up against Republicans on specific issues, the Republican Party is enjoying a pretty significant lead, and that is according to the latest. There are multiple polls, but the latest one is from Reuters and Ipsos, and here is what the findings indicate. The public trusts Republicans' plan to address crime to the Democrats by 20 points, 40% to 20%.
And this is just the opening salvo. Guys, what have I been telling you on this channel? If you've been here for 4 years, 5 years, you guys will hear this. Let me know if you remember this in the comments. If not, and you're new subscribers, this is one of the core themes. The left pushed too far and too fast on everything, whether it was gun control, which is a major portion of this channel, whether it was progressivism, whether it was vaccine policy, whether it was defunding the police. When that happened, I told you on this channel, they are going to push this so far with defunding the police that they're going to take it to the extremes because the left lives in something called a purity test. And if you are not pure enough for whoever you're talking to, then you're just as bad as the problem. Silence is complicity. All these little one-liners they always put out there, I told you it was going to end up kicking them right in the butt. You are literally looking at the Young Turks, a progressive far left organization media outlet, saying that the far left, to them, ruined everything. Guys, I'm telling you, we're over the target here. Let me check the timestamp. Oops, sorry. Let me check the timestamp real quick for the next one. We're going to 2:52. Guys, I'm telling you, this is everything. This is the fight. We are winning because they did it to themselves. Sometimes you just got to give them enough rope to hang themselves politically. This is the next one, 2:52. Everything's timestamped and in the description.
Your actual agenda. Why am I still on the left? Why do I still support some small number of Democrats? Because their agenda, their policy, paid family leave, higher minimum wage, lower drug prices, etc., is a good policy. That's not the problem. The problem is Democratic politicians who are liars and don't believe in that policy. And if you gave them 200 years, they still wouldn't pass it. And if you gave them 80 senators, they'd say like, well, no, they get money from big pharma. They're enormously corrupt. Chuck Schumer is totally, utterly corrupt. He's the guy who purposely didn't pass any of those bills because he works for the donors. Then on crime, we told you guys, stop insulting Americans by saying you're hallucinating. Crime isn't real. I'm a liberal and I'm rich and white and I will speak for black and brown communities. And you people are complaining for no reason. Then Oakland's like, I get rid of this progressive mayor because we are perceiving her to be driving up crime, right?
Do you understand what just happened? Guys, again, you need to watch this whole video. We're getting into the slide right now. Cenk Uygur of the far left progressives, that the Young Turks, just pointed out the big problem that you and I have known forever. The rich, white, elitist liberals are speaking and getting offended for the black, brown, and migrant communities, and they're telling them what they need because their liberal white policies and their bubbles and Bel Air in Hollywood are just, they're so progressive and they're so esteemed and they care more than you. Shut up, little peon. You don't get a say even though our policies are wrecking your world. We care about you and your problems more than you do. And if you say that, then you're a big traitor. Guys, everything that we've been talking about, this is it right here. This is not a insane hard calculation. It's human reactions. It's human observation. If you tell someone they're too stupid to understand their own problems because you understand it better than they do, they're going to walk away from you. And that is the Democrat Party in a nutshell over the last 5 to 10 years. It's all about a litmus test. It's all about a purity test. If you like your gun rights and you think the Second Amendment is sacrosanct and you believe that that Second Amendment is a right given to you by God that man cannot infringe upon, which is why we enshrined it in the Bill of Rights, you clearly have blood on your hands. The murders of all the criminals are your fault. It's not the actions of the individual. It's the fact that you believe in your Second Amendment rights. Resonating at all? It's the same ethos. It's why they are losing from on high and they cannot get away from it. Because if the far left gets the idea that the Democrats aren't going along with their little push to the far left, they're going to turn on them and start biting them in the butt and then go to the Socialist Democratic Party of the United States. They're going to split. The Democrats are either going to figure out how to nut up and tell them to sit down and shut up because they're crazy, or they're going to take the party down completely until they either divorce themselves or ride the train into oblivion. Those are the only two options. And the progressive Young Turks are noticing. That's the big whole point. It's not just me on the right being the lone guy in the gun world noticing extreme trends which are going to benefit us exceptionally well electorally. Nope. It's even the far left at this point. All right, so 502, this is the last one, and this is why I wanted you to stay, because this rant by Cenk Uygur is everything. Let's get it. Starts at 502. Again, everything's in the description. Let's go.
So I'm going to get to the answer that you asked earlier, Anna. So are they going to change? Look, I'm a progressive, but at no point did we ask on this show or did I see any other actual progressives going and saying, hey, you know what? We just like to get rid of cops. Or it's we said cops are abusing minorities and we want them retrained so they don't abuse people and they don't shoot quickly. There's hundreds of our videos where we say that super clearly. And never do we say, let's take cops away.
I wanted deep reforms in the prison system so they're not torture chambers and actually help to rehabilitate people. So when they leave, they're able to be productive, healthy, happy members of society. We didn't do any of that.
So instead, a bunch of yahoos online were like, no, we're gonna call all the voters stupid and say there is no crime. You idiots are imagining it, okay? The idiots in Oakland, the black people, the brown people, they don't know anything. I'm a white liberal and I speak for them. You should know your role. We're releasing the criminals. God damn it, what are you doing?
So it worked out really well.
You cost us 20 points on that. And now nobody can get elected because you were so immovable. So Anna, to answer your question, are they gonna look at these numbers and move? No, they're not gonna, the radical left is not gonna move an inch on this. They're gonna be like, no, I'm smarter than everyone. There's no crime, there's never been any crime. Okay. I'm just gonna yell and scold the American people. Thanks a lot for losing all of the goddamn elections for us.
All right, let's get
First of all, I would just like to say, we've gone so far on the American left politically that the Young Turks are saying the radical left. The Young Turks 5 years ago were the radical left. But now they're being pissed at the far left, to their perception, because they screamed defund the police and the Democrats adopted it because they were on that leftist purity vision quest, and they had to be perceived as more virtuous than the others. And this is where it gets them. Guys, you're going to win. you're not only going to win, you're going to obliterate them from orbit. They are going to be put in the ideological dustbin of history because they went too far socialist left. The American population is not in line with what the far left woke progressives are doing, and they've co-opted the Democrat Party. This is why the time is to put the pedal to the freaking metal and take our country back. The opportunity is open because our opponents literally opened the door and invited us in and drove everyone else out the room too. I'm telling you, let's frickin' go. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.